forget which chapter this is, but I've decided for fun it'll be 33 chapters. Now, learn to keep secrets. Why, you may ask? Because people out there that are cute might give you an opportunity, and they will test you. They will tell you something and wait for it to get back to them. And if it gets back to them, you failed the trustworthy test. That's what I call it. The trustworthy test. Many do it. Many do it. You know, they do. They do. They tell you a story or they ask you to do something and they see, will you spread it? If you spread it, you've broken their trust. Door closed forever. You cannot be trusted with knowledge or wisdom or influence that they have. So there you go. Be optimistic. Be optimistic, yes. There's nothing wrong with being optimistic. My dad was a great pessimist, but he had moments of optimism too. He did. Be optimistic. And be brave. You're going to have to be brave. Because I don't think it's good for you to live in fear, to do what you're doing in fear. No. You see, it's the same as a poker game. You make decisions that you think are right at the time. There's no point dwelling on regrets of the decisions you make. You have to move on. You have to move on. Because if you stay stuck, you're in a delusion. Time travels fast from one step to the next in the path you be on. And you will see people come into your life. You will. You'll see people come into your life that will help you on your path. And it's not about the money. People that find it hard to believe, but it's not. When you reject all that, when you reject the trappings of this world, you have a better chance of gaining true wisdom. Because what they used to say in a town I used to visit years ago, what you own owns you. And if you value that above wisdom, you're being foolish. You're being foolish. What else will I say now? Yes, make sure your guitar is in tune. I had a disaster in Galway years ago with a 12-string guitar. Make sure your guitar is in tune. When you sit down in a session to play a song, if the guitar is out of tune, you'll make an awful show of yourself. You'll walk out the door like I did, with your head bowed down in shame. You will. Because people will look at you like... Some people that are famous purposely put their guitar out of tune to wind people up. Bob Dylan did it in Live Aid with who was it? I think it was Ronnie Wood. Two of them played with guitars out of tune. I think they were winding people up. And then they talked about another charity about helping farmers out in America. Where are we? 423. Right. What your guitar? You need to make. Do you know what is the wisest thing to do? You have to prioritize what you do. My advice is this: unless you're able to tune by ear, buy a guitar with a built-in tuner. Because when you buy a guitar with a built-in tuner, it's always there. It can't fall off or you can't lose it. And you just press a button and tune up your guitar and away you go. Another thing I'd recommend is strings elixir. They cost €22, but if you're short on money, they will last you a long time. It's a while since I changed the strings of my guitar, but generally what happens to me when I change the strings of my guitar, it sounds great for about a month, and then it goes back to, you know, not as good as when they're freshly on. But I don't like to be wasteful. When money is limited, you have to do what you have to do, and most people don't know the difference. Most people won't know the difference in the sound at all. But if you're recording, that is, have a fresh set of strings. Christy Moore's book. He wrote a book. He made a few errors in it as well, but I won't go into them. But he didn't know that Woody Guthrie wrote the Lexus Pontchartrain. I'm pretty sure that Woody Guthrie wrote the Lexus Pontchartrain. But anyway, he said that he used to, when he went to bars looking for gigs, he'd have an album with him, because when you have an album behind you and you hand it to the barman, your level of respect increases in their eyes. They think, well, he or she has an album, they must be a good player if they have an album. It looks more professional, and it will get you in the door quicker. It will probably get you a good price, but there is the negative balance that exists within Ireland now, that not a lot of places want music in the bars anymore. That's the sad thing. But that doesn't mean you should give up just because of that. You shouldn't give up. There's a whole world out there, and people who appreciate music, that love to listen to Irish music or country music abroad and things like that. I will get into some of the experiences I had about playing music out in Germany and that years ago. Oh, it's a good while since I was in Germany, but I intend to go back. I do, when the time is right. Or I might just stay here writing poetry and playing a couple of songs. Who knows? Slow and steady. Do not let impatience take over you when you're trying to reach goals, when you're trying to reach out for someone to help you. I was in contact with a manager of a certain artist, and they were going to get my album onto someone pretty famous. They were friends with them, and I wasn't patient on the phone with the manager. They were asking me did I want to buy that person's album, and I had agreed. This person had agreed to send on this album to someone famous for me. I was impatient on the phone, got into a big argument, got frustrated, and got paranoid, and thought somebody was trying to stop my dreams. The whole lot blew up on me. Impatience will cost you. Be very patient. It is a virtue, and when you're patient, you will make better decisions. God bless you.